Ladies and gentlemen, in order to be successful for today's instruction, you need that little flyer you picked up as you entered my classroom. You need a whiteboard. You need, this is awesome. Hello. In order to be successful for today's instruction, please take out a whiteboard, notebook, and that little flyer that you picked up on the way in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we discussed yesterday, there is an extra credit opportunity on the table. It is for food donations. Okay? Now, historically, I have always done food donations for the last 10 years of my teaching career. I've only been teaching 10 years, so I'm old, but I'm not like super, like hella old, you know? Whatever, moving forward. With that being said, I used to donate to Metropolitan Ministries until this year. I was walking down Main Hall, and then the door opened. And there's a food pantry here on campus. And I was like, what the hell is this? So I went in and I said, hi, my name's Sam Bennett. What is this? And the lady was like, well, hi, Sam Bennett. This is a food pantry. And I was like, you know how sarcastic I am. I even bit my tongue. #growth. With that being said, I was like, who is this for? And they were like, there are food insecure students here at Plant High School, which means they do not have reliable food on the weekends, that they depend on the meals, breakfast, lunch, during the week to cover and eat. Without those food during the week, they would not have reliable meals. With that being said, on the weekends, they don't get 3 square meals a day or the opportunity to have 3 square meals a day. So what this pantry is doing here at Plant High School is sending home bags of food with our peers, classmates, friends, so they have food at home over the weekend. There's 15 kids who go home with bags of food here at Plant High School. That's way more than I was expecting. Can we agree? Okay? Like that's more than I expected. With that being said, all of these donations are going to literally to feed a Plant Panther family. That's pretty powerful. Can we agree? Instead of just saying the community as a whole, like you don't know who these people are, you don't know if it's going to Temple Terrace, you don't know, like obviously we want to feed everyone, of course, but when we give donations, which I've already started because my afternoon classes got this yesterday, that I've already started collecting stuff already. This is going to someone in our school and to help their family cover. Food insecurity is a rising problem here in the United States. Food insecurity means their parents are working, they just don't have extra money for costs like food. It's not it's helping to help subsidize the food they are capable of purchasing. So it's not like these people aren't trying. Like these are food insecurity is going to be one of the biggest problems that face us in the next 20 years here in the United States because it's becoming larger and larger of a problem because of how expensive homes are. Rent is going up, but our salaries are not going up to compensate. So there's now a gap. Rent is super high. So what's more important, to have a roof over your head or food on the table? Roof over the head, and that's what most families have to do. So they, especially to be in a plant district, ladies and gentlemen, which is one of the best schools, you know, in the state of Florida, parents are willing to pay more in rent to live in South Tampa so their kids can have a better education. So are these good people? Do they want the best for their kids? So let's help them. So bring in 7 to 8 items. Can you please bring 8? The math. You bring in 2 points per item. You bring in 7, it's 14 points. Just bring 8. Can we bring 8? And you'll get 15 points. 15 points is really 30 percentage points, ladies and gentlemen. It's on a test. It's going your week 15 test. So if you do pretty well on the test, you can get up to 135 extra credit percentage points. So, hopefully, without me even telling you that there are points affiliated with this, we're just telling you that there are food insecurity families because they wanted the best education for their kid and they can't afford to put food on the table should motivate you to help. Yes? However, the fact that I'm also bribing you with points should make this a doubly sweet thing. Can we agree? Now, if you would like to donate more food than 8 items, you are more than welcome to. I will be putting it in that pile, and then I will be moving it to the to the pantry. It's in Main Hall. It's right across from the auditorium double doors. As you're walking by, anytime you see it, it's next to the TPA. It's right along the patio wall, so anytime you see it, you can stick your head in and kind of see them in there. Like, it's a real thing. These are the items they requested. This isn't a list Samantha Bennett came up with, sitting around thinking what people need. This is what they specifically requested, and these are things they specifically need and that they send home with these kids. Now keep in mind, if they are a kid here at Plain High School, goes home and they have brothers and sisters and they have a family of 4 at home, we feed a family of 4. It's not like we're just sending like, hey, you're the only kid at Plant, here's food for you, but your little brother's going to want you to eat. We're not doing that. If it's a family of 4, we're sending home for 4. If it's a family of 6, we're sending home food for family of 6. So keep in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, if you come from a home that does not have to deal with food insecurity, this is a great way to kind of help immediately with your neighborhood. I will tell you right now, the Bennetts will be donating a very good amount, because when you can help your direct community, that's what people, when you have the opportunity to, you should be. This is something that directly affects our community here at Plant High School. Now, on the other side, if you donate and we get enough donations, they're going to start working in the middle school and elementary school to do the same thing. Wouldn't that be amazing? Having little kids, because there's food insecurity in every single school. If we have it here at Plant, what do you think other schools look like? A lot worse. So imagine what our middle schools look like and our elementary schools look like, correct? So if we get enough food going in here, we can collect enough food, then they can help the middle school, they can help the elementary school kids, and that's a huge deal. So let's really make a direct impact on our immediate community. Everyone good? This is due by the Wednesday, the test day of week 15. We just started week 14, so you have just under like a week and a half to get it. You can bring it in on Tuesday, and I will collect it. I'll write your name down. And then you're done, and you get your points on the day of the test. Does that make sense? On the week 15 test, I'll come around and I will mark it. Now, if you are unable to financially invest in this, you come speak to me, and we will come up with another alternative. Is everyone clear on that? If you cannot make the financial investment of purchasing food, please speak to me, and I have plenty of other opportunities for you to get your points. Is everyone clear on that? So financial status is not going to impact your ability to get extra credit points in my class. I'm just saying, stereotypically, of course, here at Plant High School, we do come from typically affluent homes. I'm not trying to make an assumption about your home, but if you can donate, that would be great. If you cannot donate financially, there will be plenty of other opportunities. Come speak to me privately, of course. Okay, so this is due by week 15 test. Everyone clear? Okay. Oh, they need like box items. Like, I don't want, like, for instance, if you look, I have 2 fruit cups over there. That's not what I'm looking for. Can we agree? Now, if you turn that in because that's what your family can provide and want to help people, I'm not going to turn it away. My girl got her points. Everyone's clear on that? I'm not sure if it was a lack of communication on my point or what the situation is, but I completely accepted it with no questions asked. Is everyone clear on that? Ideally, I would like a box of saltines if that's what you're doing. Like an unopened container of fruit. Does that make sense? Like if it's a 6-pack, I'd like a 6-pack. Does that make sense? Because we're sending it home to families and not just individuals. Everyone good? All right, so let me know if you have any financial constraints, and I'll be more than happy to. Keep in mind, some of these items are definitely cheaper than others, right? So I can tell you right now, if I went to my house right now, I hate canned tuna, so I'd be happy to get the canned tuna out of my pantry. It's not in my fridge. That's weird. Okay, it's in my pantry. So I'm sure you have plenty of this food at home already. So don't go home and say, Mom, I need these, buy them. Please explain why you need them. I tried to have a little disclaimer. So in case you're insensitive to your parents and just said, do this, it'd at least explain why. But have a conversation with your parents about what we're doing and why we're doing it and the impact it has in our direct community, because, I mean, let's be honest. Did you know we had a pantry on campus? Did you know we had that high of a need? No. So awareness is everything. I found out Wednesday. I made this Thursday. You know Friday. So let's solve some problems, can we? All right, perfect. On the top of your notebook, you should have week 14, of course. So you can bring items in as much as whenever you want. It needs to be here by that test day. That makes sense, correct? All right, here we go. So your Islamic empires, okay? Oh my God, does that look? Oh, you didn't do the map. This is the map you're doing. Okay. Ottoman Empire is who we're going to start with. Okay, you need to know that Osman Bey, Osman B-E-Y, by the way. Osman Bey is the founder of the Ottoman Empire. Okay? And he turns semi-nomadic people into Ghazi, or warriors. So, Osman Bey, B-E-Y, is going to turn the semi-nomadic Turks into the Ghazi, which will refer to Muslim warriors. You need to know the term Ghazi, which means Muslim warrior. So they used to be nomadic, and he's going to train them how to fight. So what they're going to do is they are going to eventually capture Anatolia. What is Anatolia called today? Turkey. You see how this all comes full circle. Okay? They take it, and they take it with likeness. Now, I want you to know that they are going to take it using gunpowder. They're called the gunpowder empires because all three of these empires will use gunpowder. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that the Chinese make gunpowder. The Mongols are going to take that gunpowder and use it against the Chinese, and that information is then going to start spreading across the world. Does that make sense? So the reason why the Europeans get it is because of the Ottomans. Okay? So, you need to know, in the Ottoman Empire, they forced Christian boys. You should put a star next to this. This is a big deal. The Ottoman Empire forces Christian boys to be surrendered to the military to fight, aka die, for the Ottomans. Why would they want, originally, why would they used to put they have always, when they started this process, they put the Christian boys in front. Why did they put the Christian boys in front? Come on, it makes logical sense. Evan. That's where they die. Well, who are they trying to protect? The Muslims. So they put the Christians in front because, like, who cares if they meet their God, right? Because their God, they don't believe in. So they put the Christians in front to protect the Muslim boys. Does that make sense? Because if I'm a Muslim leader, I want to protect my Muslim sons, so I'll put the Christians in front so they get the worst beating. What do you got?
When you say boys, do you mean like teenage boys?
I'm talking 14. 14, you are typically considered a man. Like everywhere. Like at 14, like you just say, see ya, pops, and you just walk into the woods and like build a house somewhere. 14, like you're typically considered a man, pretty much. Every society except up until like the 1820s, 1830s. No, that's not true. 1860s is when we were in the Civil War, and we had 11-year-old boys fighting the Civil War. So, if you're man enough to make that decision, you can go. Moving forward, you need to know this whole process of putting Christian boys into the military is called Devashmir. Okay? Devashmir is the policy. You need to know that. I would underline it, put a box around it, whatever you need to do. This is incredibly important. If I was a betting woman, which I'm not because I'm poor and I don't have the money to lose, I would say this was definitely on your AP exam. Okay. You need to know, this is still just as important. A Christian boy fighting for the Ottomans is known as a janissary. So, when we're talking about this policy of the Ottomans putting Christians in their military, there are two major terms you need to know. The policy of forcing Christian boys to fight is called devashmir. A soldier who is a Christian in the Ottoman Empire is known as a janissary. So, in order to discuss the Christian Ottomans, you need to be able to use both terms. Devashmir is the policy of forcing all Christian boys to be forfeited to the Ottoman Empire. If you are a soldier in the Ottoman Empire who is of Christian faith, you're called a janissary. We see the terms. We understand the terms. Okay, you need to be able to use them in conjunction. Okay, you need to know that Mehmed II is known as the Conqueror. Why do you think he's known as the Conqueror? Oh my God, you guys are geniuses. Okay? Yes, he conquers territory. You need to know that he is going to conquer Constantinople in 1453. He's the guy who takes him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a huge deal. Who can raise their hand and tell me why it's such a big deal that he conquered Constantinople? Oh, come on. Why? Why do we care about Constantinople, Kate? Biggest trading city in the world. Keep in mind, this is the 1400s, so are we doing ocean trade? A little bit, but guess where most of your goods are still going through? They're still going through the Silk Road. Okay, you don't have a major shift until about the 1700s. So they got about another 200 years of making money off the Silk Road on just the money goods moving through Constantinople. So it's a huge deal. All right. You also need to know that he is going to conquer territory in Europe. Now, in 1400s, is Eastern Europe powerful? No. However, they are still putting up quite a fight, and it's a huge accomplishment. Okay? Now, they are going to take land in Europe, and they're going to be incredibly successful. They're going to take Greece. Can you imagine Greece not Christian? Because it was. It was Muslim for about 200 years, which is crazy. Okay, let's get, next you have Suleiman the Magnificent, which is an amazing name. If you'd like to give me a nickname, I know you already have one for me, but I would like Samantha the Magnificent, if I could put in a request. Now I'm assuming yours is a lot more derogatory, but a girl can request, right? Here we go. So, Suleiman the Magnificent. You need to know he develops the Ottoman Navy. That is his big accomplishment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are nomadic people from the desert. They're going to have one of the most powerful navies in the world. Is that surprising? Yes, that is quite an accomplishment. You need to know that they will rival European trade in the Indian Ocean basin. It's pretty damn impressive. Can we agree? Okay. Now imagine. Now the Mongols are horse people. They're from like the deserts of China, right? Mongolia is known as desert land. Imagine if they learned how to sail. Can you imagine what would have happened to the world? Hot damn. It's the same type of thing. The Ottomans have already conquered tons and tons of territory. They're horse people, they're cavalry people, and now they're on boats. Holy moly. And that's what the rest of the world is like. Holy shit, like these people are insane, and they conquer tons of territory. Now, you do need to know another dude's name. You need to know, it starts K, underneath Suleiman the Magnificent, you do need to know his name. It is K-H-A-Y-R, space Al, A-L, R-A-L-D-I-N-B-A-R-B-O-R-O-S-S-A. Okay, you need to know his name. I think it's like test question 24 on your test this week, by the way. Fun fact. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, you need to know who Khair al-Din Barbosa. Now, if you had a name like Barbosa, what do you think his profession is? Yeah, he's a pirate. He's a pirate. You need to know he's a former pirate, because he was a pirate, okay? He's a former pirate who will lead Suleiman's navy. Okay? And Suleiman depends on him to teach his desert people how to sail. It's this guy who's going to transcend the Mongols. Oh my god, I got Mongols on my mind. The Ottomans from just land people into navy people, which is a big deal. So you do need to know his name. Okay. Skip a space center. Okay. Safavid Empire. Okay, so this is your second gunpowder empire. We're going to add a little bit of complexity on Tuesday on your lecture. Okay, so we're just talking about the actual independent, and we're going to add the complexity in later. Everyone okay with that? Here we go. So, you need to know that Shah Ismail, is your founder. Okay, Shah Ismail is your founder. Okay, he was orphaned. His parents were killed. You don't need to write that down. Okay, killed by the enemies. So he becomes incredibly religious. okay, and incredibly vengeful. You need to know that he creates 12er Shiism. 12er Shiism. Shiism is Shiite. Okay? What do Shiites believe? Who can raise your hand and tell me what Shiites believe? What do they got? Oh, Lily. There you go. Are they the largest or the smallest? They're the smallest sect. So he believes in 12er Shiism. This is a sect of Islam. It's still very popular today. You know, I told you my husband wanted me to play Aladdin for you? Hello? Because he thought I, didn't need to teach. Well, have you ever seen the little red hat that Aladdin wears? That's a 12er. Yeah, the little hat. Little hat. So Aladdin was way more accurate than McCrae was expecting when he gave me a stupid answer. Okay? So it's 12er Shiism was what it is. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you need to know that they believe that there are only 12 infallible imams. You need to write this down. There are only 12 infallible imams. 12 infallible imams after Muhammad. You need to know that. It's right here, Jared. I got you, boo. Okay? Which means an imam is a religious leader. Are they the religious leader of the whole religion? No. They just understand the prayers, they understand the society, they understand the culture. Every mosque has an imam. Okay? Do they represent the entire faith? Do they stand up in front? No. But they do typically are the ones who greet people and say hello. But they're unlike a priest or a clergy member of the Catholicism or a rabbi. They're not paid to be there. They're just the most religious person in that society. Does that make sense? So they believe that there are 12 of them total after Muhammad. 11 of them are known. You need to know this. 11 of them are known. The 12th has not presented itself. So who are they waiting for? The 12th. They're waiting for the 12th Imam. And they believe this 12th person is going to have the final aspects of what Muhammad wants us to know. So they're waiting for the 12th Imam to present himself. I'm assuming it's a dude because, God forbid a woman does it, right? Think about Christianity if a woman came out and said, God selected me to speak to you. She'd be burned, obviously. Okay, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you think that's weird that they're waiting for the 12th Imam, if you're a Christian, you're waiting for Jesus to come back. You know that, right? Because when Jesus comes back, what happens? The rapture, which means everyone's dead, and you're either going to heaven or you're going to hell. If you're a Jew, you're literally just sitting around waiting for the Son of God to come. You don't believe Jesus was the Son of God. You think he's a pretty cool guy. Definitely a prophet. Said some cool things. Pretty cool that he's Jewish, because he is Jewish. Okay? But he's not the Son of God. He's just a prophet. So if you're a Jew, you're waiting for, God to arrive. You're just, waiting. If you're a Christian, you're waiting for Jesus to come back because then you're all dead and you're either going to heaven or hell. So the fact that they're waiting for 12, is that unique? No. It's seen in every sect. Every sect has some sort of waiting thing. And then that's the 12. Okay. See the red hat? Yeah. Aladdin. Some people call it a fez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So, you need to know that he, Ismail, Shah Ismail, will force all of his people to convert to Shiites. Now, in Islam, can you force convert non-Muslims to Islam? But can you force convert Islam into a different sect of Islam? It's a little gray area. Muhammad didn't say you couldn't do it. Would we say Muhammad would probably say that's kind of bending the rules a little bit? And it's not going to go over as well as one would hope. Okay, so Battle of Shaladaran, sure. Okay, so this is the big battle for the Safavid. It's under the same title. As long as it's under Safavid, you can do whatever you want. If you want to keep it separate, we can keep them the same. But it's Safavid, you definitely need to know it's on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to know that the Ottomans and the Safavid are going to be fighting because the Ottomans are Sunni and the Safavid are Shiite. So you need to know the Ottomans are Sunni. They're Sunni by majority. But why is that expected? Who can raise their hand and tell me the fact that they're Muslims and the fact that it's probably expected that most Muslims are Sunni, why? Come on, people. Make the connections here. This is not a hard question. Great. No. Yes. Why would the default be Sunni? It's really not that hard of a question. Hi, what is the most popular sect of Islam? Sunni. They're all Muslims. What do you think the majority of the population is? And who can raise their hand and tell me what Sunnis believe? Come on, Maggie, who most qualified person? Most qualified person should lead to 2019. What's the largest sect? Sunni. There you go. So the Ottomans are Sunni, kind of by default because they have a huge empire. And most Muslims are Sunni. So the conflict between the Ottomans and the Safavid is because of Sunni and Shia. Okay. Now the Ottomans are also pissed off that they forced Muslims who are Sunni to being Shia. So they're also it's a religious war is what you really need to know. It's a religious war. Okay? You need to know the Ottomans are going to win because they use their gunpowder effectively. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where things get weird. All three of the gunpowder empires have, which is why they're all called. Yeah, so the Safavid have gunpowder. Okay? They expanded their territory because of gunpowder. Well, Shah Ismail, super religious dude, like I said, he's an orphan and he finds God and he comes up with his 12 Shiism and forces his people to convert and all this stuff. He believes that gunpowder is not manly. So to show the Ottomans how manly and brave they are, he sends his soldiers into battle with swords against guns and cannons. Yeah, they did. They fought a lot of swords to one of the biggest, largest, and first big battles of gunpowder. Yeah. By the way, they have gunpowder. They had guns. They had cannons. They chose not to use it, which is part of the horrifying fact. Now, the idea of guns won't harm us is an idea that's going to continue to happen throughout history. Like when we get to Ethiopia, the Africans are going to do an incantation thinking that the gods protected them from gunpowder. Guess what's going to happen to those Ethiopians? Yeah, 300,000 die in about 16 hours. But that's with machine guns and that's in the early 1800s. So this trend is going to be continuing. So he goes into battle without using the guns that he has plenty of. It's important that you understand it because it's kind of a strange thing. Okay, so you need to know that the Ottomans clearly win, and this will hurt the Safavid for a very long time. Almost 200 years is going to hurt them. I think we saw that coming. Can we agree? Now, the Safavid are going to be revitalized by a guy named Shah Abbas the Great. Okay, he is long after this loss to the Ottomans. Now, what he is going to do is he is going to reinvigorate their actual gunpowder use. Okay, he's going to expand the military. Okay, he is going to conquer more territory. He is going to bring them back, and he is the golden age. You do need to know that. So Shah Abbas the Great is the golden age of the Safavid. They are big-time traders. They are using their military force, with gunpowder, cannons, all that stuff, and they're doing pretty well this time. Okay, to the boards, my darlings. Okay. Here we go. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is 2 out of the 3 gunpowder empires? Who are my 2 out of 3 gunpowder empires? Good. Who are they, Katie? There you go. On your whiteboard, please tell me who is the founder of the Ottomans? Good. Who is it, Alexa?
Osman Bey.
Osman Bey. He comes up with this new term for Muslim religious warriors. What is that term called? Sam? Ghazi. On your whiteboard, what is the policy of forcing Christian boys to fight in the Ottoman Empire? Now, they originally did it because they didn't really care if Christians died. What is it, Emma? Devashir. However, these Janissaries are going... That stinks. Oh, Joey, what was the answer? Thanks. On your whiteboard, what is the name of the dude who conquered Constantinople? Good. Now keep in mind, if you don't have Roman numerals after it, you might as well call him Steve. Because it's as accurate. What do you got, Evelyn? Mehmed II. Mehmed II is going to conquer Constantinople in what year? Good. What year, Lily? 1453. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the emperor who's going to create the navy of the Ottomans? Which will then make them one of the... Now, keep in mind, the Ottoman Empire exists until the 1900s. It officially collapses in 1917. It starts in 1215. It's the longest, oldest empire in the world. Okay? There are people alive today, like only a couple. Actually, there's a bunch of Japanese people who live to like 120. Who the Ottoman Empire was alive and kicking when they were born. Like, that's crazy. Okay? It started in 1215. That's crazy. What is it? Evan? Suleiman the Magnificent. Suleiman the Magnificent is going to put who in charge of his navy in order to teach these desert people how to sail? Because they don't know. Good. Who is it, Reagan? Try it. Perfect. Sounds good to me. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of Christian boys who fight for the Ottomans? Backed my way into that one. Good. Sam? Janissaries. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the founder of the Safavid? Good. Who is it? Sophia? Shah Ismail. Shah Ismail is going to create what sect of Islam, not Christianity. They are not Christians. Shiites wrong. Shiites were created by a break. Maggie, what is the answer? Yes, that's what he creates. Make sure you understand that, right? Okay? Because that one is going to be Shiism is going to be created. What sect he created? On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of... Oh, I had a really good question, and it's gone now. On your whiteboard, the Ottomans are what sect? Good. What is it, Emily? Sunni. On your whiteboard, what is the name of the major battle? The first time gunpowder is used in such an extent... what is the name of the major battle that the Ottomans will win? What do you got? Kate? Sounds good. Who is the victor of Battle of Châteaubriand? Who is it? What do you got, Claire? Ottomans. You can raise your hand and tell me why the Ottomans won in such a decisive fashion. Jared?
Because Ottomans were using gunpowder while the Safavids wanted to use swords to see one another.
There you go. Why is that strange? Who can raise your hand and tell me why it's strange that the Safavid decided to go into battle with swords? Brian? Yeah, both of them had the opportunity, and that's what makes this decision very strange. There's a lot of people who are going to fight the Ottomans, the Safavid, and the Mughal who have gunpowder, who don't have gunpowder. And guess what? They're going to lose because they don't have gunpowder against an army that has gunpowder. The reason why this battle is super unique, A, it's the largest battle with gunpowder in it for the first time. Second thing is, your boy had gunpowder. And he chose not to use it, and that's weird, and AP likes that crap. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the gentleman who is the golden age of the Safavid, who is going to expand the territory and kind of bring the Safavid back? Who is it? Lauren?
Shah Abbas the Great.
There you go. All right. I think they're pretty interesting, don't you think? I think they're pretty interesting. I mean, let's not get wild, but I think pretty interesting. All right, here we go. So, skip a space, center it. We're at the Mughal.
Can we treat ourselves?
Do what?
Treat ourselves. Yeah, let's. I'm done. Okay.
Yes.